Hello and welcome to Quiz Class. I'm your host, Ellen, and today we have 100 trivia questions for you. Let's take a look at our Quiz Class awards. Let us know how you rank in the comments at the end, along with the answer to the bonus question. Our categories for today, and we will begin with United States history. What was the name of the very first political party affiliation in the United States of America? The Whig Party, the Federalist Party, or the Democratic Party? The Federalist Party. On the 17th day of September in 1787, 42 men were present for the signing of the U.S. Constitution. Of those men, how many signed the document? 39. On August 21st, 1959, which state was the last to join the United States of America? Hawaii, Alaska, or Arizona? Hawaii. Who designed the first American flag sewn by Betsy Ross? Betsy Ross, Francis Scott Key, or Francis Hopkinson? Francis Hopkinson. Which United States government official declared Thanksgiving a national holiday? President Abraham Lincoln, Governor William Bradford, or President George Washington? President Abraham Lincoln. Who wrote the U.S. Bill of Rights that was ratified in 1791? James Madison, George Mason, or Thomas Jefferson? James Madison. Which famous general betrayed the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War on September 21, 1780? Benedict Arnold, Winfield Scott, or George Henry Thomas? Benedict Arnold. What were the Stonewall Inn riots of 1961 about? Gay rights, racial equality, or women's rights? Gay rights. Which era is known as the Progressive Era for the United States? (1890 to 1913). Which United States president presided over the oil crisis of the 1970s? Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, or President Nixon? President Nixon. What did they call the violent tax protests taking place in the United States during George Washington's presidency between 1791 and 1794? The Whiskey Rebellion. In which state did the First Continental Congress convene between September 5th and October 26, 1774? Georgia, Delaware, or Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania. Where was the American minister and civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. born? Atlanta, Georgia, Memphis, Tennessee, or Philadelphia, Pennsylvania? Atlanta, Georgia. Which amendment to the United States Constitution allowed for the president to serve 2 terms? The 21st, the 22nd, or the 24th? The 22nd. Which president signed the United States Civil Rights Act into law? President Nixon, President Johnson, or President Kennedy? President Johnson. Let's move over to general topics. For question 16, what was the name of the machine that Wilbur and Orville Wright flew in 1903? The Air Flyer, the High Flyer, or the Wright Flyer? The Wright Flyer. Who wrote the historical classic on military strategy, The Art of War? Lao Tzu, Han Fei, or Sun Tzu? Sun Tzu. Which of the following directors were responsible for the 1980 horror film The Shining? Ridley Scott, Stanley Kubrick, or Steven Spielberg? Stanley Kubrick. Which of the following rivers is known as being the largest in the world? The Nile River, the Yellow River, or the Amazon River? The Nile River. In which festival do the Nepalese celebrate animals during a 5-day period every year? Holi, Tihar, or Ram Navami? Tihar. Which Italian city is known for being one of the first places to produce wine? Sicily, Naples, or Tuscany? Sicily. How large was the infamous Titanic? 883 feet, 1,002 feet, or 1,572 feet? $883 feet. What was the number hit song on the charts? Number one hit song on the charts in 1965? Wooly Bully, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, or My Girl? Wooly Bully from Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. In what year of life would a human brain be considered fully developed? 18, 21, or 25? $25. Which currently living animal is the most closely related to dinosaurs? Butterflies, crocodiles, or the hippopotamus? Crocodiles. What was the name of the first museum founded in the United States in 1773? The Capitoline Museum, the Charleston Museum, or the Peabody Essex Museum? The Charleston Museum. How many wing beats do a hummingbird's wings flap per second? 70, 84, or 100? 70. Who painted the famous American Gothic painting in 1930? Emily Carr, Grant Wood, or Edward Hopper? Grant Wood. The oldest tree in the world, situated in Sweden, is approximately how many years old? 5,000, 6,500, or 9,500? 9,500. Which one of these is not a Hanukkah tradition? Eating donuts, eating potato latke, or eating special prawn dumplings? Eating special prawn dumplings. And let's move over to astronomy for question 31. The planet Saturn is predominantly made up of which material? Helium, hydrogen, or methane? Hydrogen. Which planet has been slowly shrinking for billions of years? Pluto, Venus, or Mercury? Mercury. How old is our bright sun? 3.8 billion years, 4.6 billion years, or 6.2 billion years old? 4.6 billion years old. How many moons does the planet Mars have? 2, none, or 3? 2. What was special about the Apollo 13 NASA mission? It never reached the moon. Who invented the infamous Hubble Space Telescope in the 1970s? Edwin Hubble, Charles Hubble, or Hubert Charles? Edwin Hubble. Which planet in our solar system is the hottest? Venus, Mars, or Jupiter? Venus. Who is considered to be the father of astronomy? Galileo Galilei, Johannes Kepler, or Stephen Hawking? Galileo Galilei. What causes an aurora borealis to occur? Carbon gases, magnetic storms, or the Earth is momentarily too close to the sun? Magnetic storms. How many Earths could fit inside one sun? 1 million, 1 billion, or 350,000? 1 million. How long would 1 year take on Mars? 235 days, 442 days, or 687 days? 687 days. What color would you see during a sunset on Mars? Red, blue, or purple? Blue. This planet smells like rotten eggs. Which one is it? Jupiter, Uranus, or Saturn? Uranus. Which planet has the most volcanoes? Mars, Earth, or Venus? Venus. What is a minor planet? A moon, a meteor, or an asteroid? An asteroid. And let's move over to the 70s for our next category. Which was the first product to be scanned via barcode in 1974? A pack of gum, a can of beans, or a carton of milk? A pack of gum. Who took on the famous Ziggy Stardust persona in 1972? David Bowie, Robert Plant, or Freddie Mercury? David Bowie. In 1978, Robin Williams starred in which popular comedy? Taxi, Mork and Mindy, or The Odd Couple? Mork and Mindy. What is the name of the famous 1970s film where Oliver and Jennifer fall in love? Grease, Love Story, or The Slipper and the Rose? Love Story. The first cellular phone was made in 1973. What brand was it? Nokia, Philips, or Motorola? Motorola. At the 1976 Winter Olympic Games, who won the gold medal for the figure skating short program? Dorothy Hamill, Peggy Fleming, or Rosalind Sumners? Dorothy Hamill. Which film in the 1970s grossed the most? Jaws, Rocky, or Star Wars? Star Wars. In 1972, the first video game console was released. What was it called? Atari, Nintendo, or Magnavox Odyssey? Magnavox Odyssey. In 1979, the portable music device, the Walkman, was brought to the public. Which was the first brand to distribute it? RCA, Sony, or Panasonic? Sony. Which famous theme park opened its doors in Florida in 1971? Six Flags, SeaWorld, or Disney World? Disney World. In 1978, which country won the FIFA World Cup? Brazil, Spain, or Argentina? Argentina. Who wrote the 1970s science fiction novel The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Stephen King, Douglas Adams, or Kurt Vonnegut? Douglas Adams. What was the 1975 Sony Betamax used for? Playing music records, videocassette recording, or calculating complicated equations? Videocassette recording. The 1970s Watergate scandal led to the resignation of which president? Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, or Richard Nixon? Richard Nixon. What were the children born in the 1970s called? Generation X, Millennials, or Baby Boomers? Generation X or Gen X. Holiday celebrations for question 61. Which country celebrates midsummer with a maypole and herring? Finland, Norway, or Sweden? Sweden. Where is La Tomatina held annually? Buñol, Seville, or Valencia? Buñol. Where is the celebration of Obon, which honors ancestors with lanterns and dancing? China, Japan, or Vietnam? Japan. Which tradition is linked to Mexico's Day of the Dead? Fireworks, sugar skulls, or lantern festivals? Sugar skulls. Hanukkah candles honor a miracle involving what? The parting of the Red Sea, the destruction of a temple, or oil that burned for 8 days? Oil that burned for 8 days. Where is the water throwing event known as Songkran celebrated? Laos, Thailand, or Vietnam? Thailand. What is a key feature of the Rio de Janeiro Carnival? Fireworks, samba parades, or hot air balloon rides? Samba parades. Where did the tradition of hanging stockings by the fireplace begin? France, Germany, or the Netherlands? The Netherlands. What do the 7 candles of Kwanzaa symbolize? Unity, harvest, or the 7 principles? The 7 principles. Where is Bastille Day celebrated on July 14th? Spain, France, or Switzerland? France. Which animal represents 2024 in the Chinese zodiac? Snake, rabbit, or dragon? Dragon. Where is Oktoberfest primarily held? Munich, Hamburg, or Frankfurt? Munich. Caroling during Christmas originates from which type of music? Jazz, folk, or classical? Folk. What fruit is traditionally associated with Thanksgiving? Pears, grapes, or cranberries? Cranberries. Where is the Holi festival celebrated? India, Pakistan, or Sri Lanka? India. Which food is most associated with the Feast of the Seven Fishes? Pasta, roast lamb, or seafood? Seafood. Where is the Gion Matsuri festival celebrated? Kyoto, Osaka, or Tokyo? Kyoto. Beltane marks the beginning of which season? Spring, summer, or autumn? Summer. Where is Lunar New Year celebrated with red envelopes? China, Vietnam, or the Philippines? China. What are Año Viejo effigies in Ecuador typically filled with? Paper, straw, or candies? Paper. In which American city is Mardi Gras most famously celebrated? Miami, New York City, or New Orleans? New Orleans. Which Norwegian holiday features Yulebord feasts? Christmas, St. Lucia Day, or New Year's Day? Christmas. Which Irish food is linked to St. Patrick's Day? Irish stew, shepherd's pie, or corned beef and cabbage? Corned beef and cabbage. Loy Krathong honors which element in Thailand? Fire, earth, or water? Water. Which country celebrates Diwali with oil lamps and fireworks? India, Nepal, or Bangladesh? India. Which country celebrates Thanksgiving in October? Belize, Mexico, or Canada? Canada. Which European holiday features a parade of decorated tractors in the Netherlands? King's Day, Tulip Festival, or Harvest Festival? Harvest Festival. Which country celebrates St. Lucia Day with candles? Denmark, Finland, or Sweden? Sweden. In which country is the Glastonbury Music Festival held? England, the United States, or the United Kingdom? England. In which country is the Mid-Autumn Festival celebrated with mooncakes? Called Bon Trung Thu. That is the festival's name. That would be Vietnam. What traditional food is commonly eaten on Shrove Tuesday in the UK? Pancakes, pudding, or roast lamb? Pancakes. Which holiday is celebrated at the Rockefeller Center in New York City with a tree lighting? Christmas, New Year's Eve, or Thanksgiving? Christmas. What is commonly given to children during Tet celebration, during Vietnam's Tet celebration? Candies, flowers, or red envelopes with money? Red envelopes with money. What is Iceland's tradition of giving books also called? Book Lovers' Day, Holiday of the Writers, or Christmas Eve Book Flood? Christmas Eve Book Flood. In which European country is Sinterklaas, the precursor to Santa Claus, celebrated? Austria, Germany, or the Netherlands? The Netherlands. Which country celebrates Inti Raymi, the Festival of the Sun? Peru, Chile, or Bolivia? Peru. In which country is sending New Year's cards a popular tradition? China, Japan, or South Korea? Japan. Which dish is typically served during Joulu, the Finnish Christmas holiday? Roast goose, Christmas ham, or stew with potatoes? Christmas ham. Which holiday marks the start of spring in Ireland on February 1st? Easter, Imbolc, or Lugnashada? Imbolc. Where is the harvest celebration known as Makar Sankranti, which includes kite flying and sesame sweets held? India, Nepal, or Bangladesh? India. And for our bonus question, in which month is Chinese New Year typically celebrated? Let us know the answer in the comments. And just as a reminder, here are our quiz class Einstein rewards. Let us know how you rank in the comments. As always, thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.